don't agree with the ruling of the magistrate's court because the magistrate looked at the Kenya Information Communication Act. Those are the provisions that have been repealed. They have been declared unconstitutional. The provisions that the DPP charged are in section 16 of the Cybercrime Act. They have not been declared unconstitutional. They have not been declared illegal, and therefore the decision of the learned magistrate is not sound law. But that I don't have the capacity to reverse that decision. The Director of Public Prosecution shall be moving to the High Court to reverse that decision. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I wanted you to make a clarification under which section was Njeri charged, because I was there when the magistrate left the ruling and he said the charge sheet is defective. Okay, from that, can you narrow down under what section, because he's charged under the Computer Cybercrime Act?
Yes.
Or analyze on that act whether it falls under the repealed or not.
Hands up before you respond. Make sure you mention the charge preface. Mention that it is Rose Njeri for the viewers, so they can get lost some.
The charge, we are discussing about the charge of Rose Njeri. The charge is misuse of Cybercrime Act, contrary to section 16 of that act. The learned magistrate looked at the provisions of the Kenya Information Communication Act, which has almost similar ingredients with the Cybercrime Act. In law, you cannot import what looks like. You deal with the actual provision of the law of how Njeri was charged. She was charged under section 16, the Cybercrime Act, and the magistrate did not have the jurisdiction to declare section 16 of the Cybercrime Act unconstitutional. That is a preserve of the High Court. And that is why we are saying the import of a generic argument that because the Information Act was declared unconstitutional and the ingredients look like the Cybercrime Act was importing wrong provisions of the law to apply to a specific charge. And that is why, in my own view, I find that the learned judge overstepped in his mandate to not admit the charge. And as I've said, the Director of Public Prosecution shall challenge that decision on Monday so that the High Court can provide a roadmap.